So here it is with the engine, with the head off and the carburetors off. And it appears that either the head gasket was leaking or this front seal was leaking. I'm going to have to take the flywheel off to look. It did have a stuck valve. The exhaust valve was stuck. Wait a minute. Nope, the intake valve was stuck. But that just took a little penetrating oil. And now it does what it's supposed to. I need to clean them and relap it. But once I get this flywheel off, I will come back and we'll head over to the parts washer and see what we find. See you in a bit. While I was taking the tag off, I see that there's still some numbers on it. I haven't got over to the parts washer yet, but it says 208074 19 something unidentifiable 391. If anybody knows what all those numbers mean, that would be groovy to find out. I'll look it up online later if I get a chance. Whoops, look at old Bar. But yeah, she's pretty rusty. We're going to have to do some cleaning on that one. Here's the back side of the engine. Breather. Guess I probably ought to try and get this belt sheave off or pulley off. I'll probably take the governor and all that nonsense off. Oop. Hey, focus. Look at my hand. There we go. Well, let me get the flywheel off. I'll get back. So there's two ways of doing this. First way is the way I'm going to try, and that's with a brass punch, so I don't screw up the threads. Give it a couple of whacks. In fact, the newer Briggs, there's a tool for sliding over the threads so you don't hurt anything. The other way is with, it looks to be like a two-puller, a two-bolt puller, like a steering wheel puller. And I have one of those as well, but let's give this a shot first, shall we? So all I succeeded in was knocking my phone over, which is what I'm filming with today. So I think I'm just going to blow out these two holes. I don't know if you can see. They are threaded. Well, it's hard to tell with all the garbage in them. But I got... So... Alright, I'm going to see what thread pitch it is, run a tap through it just to clean it, then we'll get some bolts in there and I'll get right back to you. Well, let's try this again. Man, I am just not having any luck with this thing. I'll be back. Alright, so I'm going to try something different. I'm going to use both methods at the same time. And I think it may be working because it keeps loosening up. But we will see. I don't like the way that one feels. Let's try and tighten it up some more. I don't think there's any threads left in there. I have a feeling we're going to have to do this the hard way. I'll be back. Well, let's see if I can give it 1,000 whacks. I threaded the nut back on so as to make sure I don't screw up the threads. And let's see if we can talk this thing into coming off. And I don't mean talk it into falling off the bench here. We'll give it a little more. If I can't get it off, I'll try something else. We gotta try something else. Alright, so this is the setup that did it. I got longer bolts, went all the way through to the other side. Put the nut on so the thing had a heavier surface to push against. And hit it with an impact wrench and a hammer. And now it's coming right off. But that sucked. Let me get in behind it and we'll show you what we find. So here's what I found. I found that this seal's leaking so bad that the inside of the flywheel is full of engine oil. I also found out that I think I just ruined this coil. I think I may be the one that just put that hole there. Oops. Hey, focus. I don't know if that coil's no good anymore or not. I'm going to have to check. But either way, this thing wouldn't be going to the engine show this weekend. I can't get these parts fast enough. So, I think we're going to put this one on the shelf. Maybe finish taking it apart. Get a look at the inside, see if the crank's any good, any of that nonsense. So let me start taking this apart. I'll be back. Okay, here's the next problem. I think that's the cam lobe hanging out. I can't be 100% sure. But this little piece right here, that's supposed to open and close the points. And that doesn't move at all. So I'm pretty sure this engine's got lots of little problems. Let's find the next one. Okay. I don't know what happened. Phone just went off. It's got a lot of wear on it. This is that sort of a thrust. Come on, focus. Look at my hand. You like my hand? It's beautiful. There. Well, all right. Doesn't want to play. Hey, if I bounce this around enough, is that irritating? But, yeah, it's got some problems. Looks like that bushing, it doesn't have a seal. I think it was supposed to have a seal. I think it was this thing that has popped right out at this point. Yeah, that was the seal. There is nothing left to that bad boy. How does that look? Woo! Beautiful. Well, at least I got a clean carburetor out of it so far. Alright guys, I'm going to end this here. I'm going to take the rest of it apart and we'll see what we got later. Thanks for watching.